but as far as Supreme Dental goes, you changed my life.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen.
You changed my life.
Good, you guys are gonna make me cry. The Carmen that came in to the Carmen that is now, what was the big change?
The big change was having Dr. Dulce. She followed me throughout the whole treatment.
Yeah, she came in 22, I think, and she told me that, oh, they say that I need to remove everything. I'm out.
Oh, so they wanted you to take all your teeth out.
Yes.
Oh my
And
God, I didn't know that. They wanted you to
Why?
take the whole
And
teeth out.
we check.
You guys actually, you walk through the door and they're like, hi, Carmen. You're like by first names. And I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow, they really are like a real family. So why wouldn't I want to get my teeth done by a real family? Well, that's what they told me in the States. They told me that I had periodontal disease and gingivitis. We just looked at each other and we're like, no.
Look at her now. Look at that smile.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and heavy D up in the limousine.
Welcome back to Supreme Dental Podcast Studio. You can be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, this podcast is meant for you, our patients. You can find us on Spotify, also on Apple Podcast. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your loved ones, tell your friends. We're here to make you smile. And today we have Ms. Tyndall, and we have Dr. Dulce.
Hi.
Here at Supreme, I believe you have 2 amazing videos. Am I correct?
Correct.
On one of the videos, I see you guys, you and your husband, walking around Mexico,
Yes.
here in Algodones. And George got to be there with you guys.
Yeah, you got to follow us.
A lot of patients have said they've seen your video and they said, wow, that's an amazing smile. That's a beautiful smile. Because believe it or not, at some point, patients believed that we were fake because they said there's no way you can get it done at this period of time. Last time I checked, Dulce is real and you're real also. So
Absolutely.
there you go. So that's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about, tell me, what made you come to Mexico? What made you come to get dental work done?
Well, I had actually first was in the States, and my teeth were not, they were like crumbling and not real. So I went into the dental place, and then I went to a second dental place. The cheapest was $60,000. And I'm like, where am I going to get $60,000 to get my teeth put? So a friend of ours said, well, have you heard that they do the teeth in Mexico? And I said, okay. So my husband and I took a ride here, and here I am.
Wow. What made you put your trust on coming to Mexico? I mean, different country.
Everybody was just so nice. I mean, everybody. I would do a walk around again.
You guys are Algodones royalty. I remember did you guys buy anything? You guys were looking at everything. That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me, did you go only to one dentist in the United States? Did you get different opinions?
I went to two.
Two
one was
different ones.
$40,000. One was $60,000.
Okay, and they were gonna do what we did here.
Yes.
Okay. Did you go online? How did you find us?
A friend had referred me, and I did some research, and we were at a standstill. I mean, there was nothing we can do for my teeth. So we went ahead and took a flight into here. We did like it was really nice consult, and the X-ray and everything. They told me exactly what I'm supposed to need, and showed me the bedside manner. Oh my gosh! Like, any question was never a stupid question, and also it was if the X-ray on the wall, it was really nice too, because then you can see where they're actually working. So you become comfortable. And basically, when we had come back twice because I had to have the zirconia crowns and implants. So they had put the implants in and let them actually heal. And we came back, and for a second time. And at that point, it was, let's go. They gave us the amount of what it was to pay. And from that point forward, I couldn't ask for anything more. I got the Manny and Gabby, Dr. Dulce. I mean, the whole thing is like a family. You guys actually, you walk through the door and they're like, hi, Carmen. You're like by first names. And I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow, they really are like a real family. So why wouldn't I want to get my teeth done by a real family? So.
You know, I was just speaking to another patient about this, and he said he went to the United States for something else that wasn't dental many times, and it was just, he goes, sometimes they were rude. It was really like cold. It was just like, you know, this is what you need. This is why you need it, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And he goes, and here, he goes, it's sometimes we believe as Americans, because I'm a U.S. citizen myself, is that sometimes the bedside manner has been lost in certain things. I mean, there's good dentists and doctors everywhere in the world, but that makes a huge difference. Huge difference.
Huge difference. When both my husband Rick and I walked in, they just did an x-ray, they looked at my teeth, and then just handed me a paper. Like, this is how much you owe. This is how much to do each one. And I went, okay, well, how would you guys like to get on like care credit or something like that, or we can finance it for you? And I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to finance that amount of money. And I went to a second place, and they wanted more. They were at 60. And once again, they were very forward. They were very, almost like I carry it as pocket change. And I basically had to just say, okay, no, thank you. And we walked out.
You know, sometimes I believe that I was raised in the United States, so sometimes we've been, since we were kids, you know, whatever the teacher tells you is what it was. Whatever the doctor tells you is what it was. When 2020 was going on and the whole COVID thing was going on, whatever Dr. Fauci told you, that's what it was, you know? And people's like, sometimes the math ain't mathin', you know? But not a lot of people ask questions. And when we decided to open this clinic, it was 17 years ago. Mm-hmm. And people would tell me, you know, people are scared to go to Mexico. And I say, yeah, we understand that. But people are scared of paying crazy prices. So we started with 2 dental chairs. Mm-hmm. And now we have a total of 12. And we have 10 international accreditations, more than any other clinic in Mexico's history. Now, you know, we count with our own lab, our own Medi Spa, our own CAT scan. And we've developed throughout the years for people to feel safe. You know, when you compare us, when you went to both of those dentists, you said they took some x-rays and they just handed you a paper.
Correct.
They didn't go through and show you why you needed it done. No. Were they digitally, when they were taking it, were you able to see it on the screen?
They did put it up on the screen for me.
But they didn't tell you what it was. So that's just a huge difference. Like, why would you, it's like going into a dealership and like, this is the car, you want it or not, you know, or the next one's going to buy it. And it's not about that. Everything is custom. Like, for example, your beautiful smile. It's not just what your mouth shows. It has to also do with your face. Mm-hmm. So Dr. Dulce is an artist, and I told her before, and she's very particular about the work that she does. And she tells me all the time, hey, Frank, the lab's taking too long. Hey, Frank, this is not right. I sent it back. Hey, Frank, or whatever it is. And that's good. Because you want someone that really loves what they do working on you. I want a cardiologist that really likes what he does to work on my heart. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't just want, nowadays you have all the doctors that, well, they did it online. How do you do it online? You know, like, I mean, it's okay to learn about a new topic, but how do you get practice online? How does it work? And Dr. Dulce just came back from Prague. She said she went to a training. I think she just went on vacation. I'm just kidding. Yeah. She went with one of the top doctors in the world for cosmetic and veneers and crowns. And she really pushes herself for perfection. And she was just telling you before the podcast, you know, how beautiful your smile looks. And It looks like if somebody sees you, it looks like, like what whitening strips do you use? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it looks like it's your natural teeth. And that's the look that you want to go for, unless you want something that's fake. Because people have asked us for fake. But people want natural, is it real, is it not real type of deal. And is it yours, is it not yours? More than, that's not hers. Like, have you ever seen somebody and you're like, those teeth are not hers? Because they're like square and their face is rounded or something. It has nothing to do with the symmetry of their face itself. But tell me, the Carmen that came in to the Carmen that is now, what was the big change?
The big change was having Dr. Dulce. She followed me throughout the whole treatment, and I was just so impressed with the management. I was so impressed with everything. So I knew that my life was in their hands, and I was going to make sure that they would take care of me.
Thank you.
And when the Carmen that came in through the door that day to the person that left, has anything changed in your life?
My new teeth.
Your new teeth. What about when you smile? Do you smile more in pictures?
I do. I actually always would keep my mouth closed and smile.
And people would think you're mad sometimes, no?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And then now at this point, I'm like, I smile with my teeth. And even my husband said, "Oh my gosh, you're smiling with your teeth." I said, "Yeah, I'm very appreciative of my teeth." I'm like, where else could you go and have these type of results within a family? And we actually even came today to do this podcast because we wanted to be able to share it with everybody.
Thank you.
The way that we were treated, so that anybody else that would watch this video, it would definitely make them want to be able to be with your family.
Thank you. Dr. Dulce, do you remember her case in particular?
Yeah, she came in 22, I think, and she told me that, they say that I need to remove everything. I'm out.
Oh, so they wanted you to take all your teeth out.
Yes.
Oh my
And
God, I didn't know that. They wanted you to take
Why?
your whole
And
teeth out.
we check the CT scan, the tomography, and I show you. And no, why? If the level of your bone is okay, you don't have any mobility, we can fix it. Just I think we just pull it out like 2 molars.
You were combining some implants with
Yeah, implants with molars. And she's like, "No, I want to remove everything."
She was fighting to remove everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was so scared. They scared me in the
Yeah.
States. They were like, "Okay, we'll take out all your teeth." And I went, "Oh my goodness, how can they take out all
And
my
I
teeth?"
tell her, just wait, we are going to call to the specialist in periodontal disease. And you remember that he came and he told like, "No, everything's okay." And she wants like other dentists to check it, all the case again. And we call like, I think it was Luis or
Dr. Luis?
And he's like, "No, everything is okay." So,
She's like, no, bring me
Yeah.
someone else. She wanted
and
somebody to
she's
tell her,
like,
we got to pull
I
everything.
want to remove everything.
Wow.
Yes, that was quite an experience. So when I was in the chair and they said I didn't need all my teeth pulled out, I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm confused. So what are you going to do?" "Well, we do the zirconia crowns, and then you might have a couple implants." And when it got to even just the zirconia crowns, you can actually chew. Like, I was having a hard time chewing even. I couldn't chew gum prior to this visit here with Supremedental. I couldn't eat like steaks because it was.
You got to eat steaks. You got to eat steaks.
I gotta love my steaks.
You're going to make me cry right now. I love steaks. But tell me, it's so, cause I didn't know this. I didn't know that you came in wanting to pull everything out. You don't know how many times we've seen this. I think the only commercials that are advertised in the United States is like Clear Choice or whatever.
Yes.
I walked in, I walked out, have a beautiful smile. Wait, it doesn't work that way, buddy. You just got all your teeth pulled. Like everything, like if my toe hurts, I don't chop off my leg. You know, it doesn't
Right.
work that way. There's
No.
nothing like your own teeth. Nothing.
Correct.
And there never will be. Implants will replace teeth that are no longer there, but you will never be able to feel when you bite down on something like you do right now.
Absolutely.
If she would have pulled those teeth, the way she's telling me right now, most likely they were grasped on really strong to the bone because they're still there.
Yes.
We would have brought down so much bone that you would have looked 10 years older right now.
Oh, jeez.
It would have
thank-
it would have made a
thank.
huge impact on overall. And we get that all the time. No, I want to pull out my teeth. No, I just don't want any more problems. Who tells you there's going to be no more? You still got to take care of your implants.
Well, that's what they told me in the States. They told me that I have periodontal disease and gingivitis. We just looked at each other. We're like, no.
Look at her now. Look at that, the smile.
It's just insane. It's insane. Wow, and you were fighting for it. No, bring me someone else.
Yeah.
Get
She's
me
like-
someone else. Yeah, but that's good. But do you see how the way they sold it to you?
Mm-hmm.
They made you believe in something, and then they say, well, you can apply to care credit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if you would have done it, you would have never came in here. I could bet you whatever that you would not be as happy as you are right now.
Correct.
Like, I could tell you that 100%. Sometimes patients come in and that's the only option. And that's a good option if there's no other options. But that's the last option. Health-wise, do you feel any better after you had it done? Did you have any health problems before that you were going through because of your mouth?
I actually had one tooth in the back that was cracked in half, like completely cracked. And then I had some gum. My gum lines were receding.
Mm-hmm.
And then periodontal disease.
Did you have any problems like with your stomach, or you'd feel more sick, or perhaps not as active before?
I would say very little, but yes.
Okay.
Yes, I actually did, because it was hard to eat when you didn't know if your tooth was going to fall apart,
Wow.
until we came here.
How long you guys been married?
10 years.
10 years. And you've seen the difference that it made with her smile. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's obviously it costs you money, but overall it's the results are priceless.
Correct.
You came in here asking to pull your teeth out and get implants, which would have been a lot more expensive than this route. A lot more expensive, because doing an all-on-4 top and bottom, you're young, it would have had to be Strawman, and it would have to be a big ticket item to give you that route. But with the route you went with, I'm sure you saved several $1,000s, even with us. But we did what was right for you. And that's how we like to be transparent. Because you came in, you were sold.
Absolutely.
She could have just been like, okay. And
Well,
drill away.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a little confused and the other doctors had come in, talk about really feeling good and positive. So I felt so comfortable, and I was going to go with it. So I did.
Going back to what we were talking about, so Dulce, how many times have you seen this? Somebody comes in, pull them out.
Oh, a lot of times. I lost the count.
And it's just I just don't know. I feel that so many patients have done it, and some patients perhaps are going to see this podcast and they're always going to have that doubt. We actually have an agent that works with us, Luis Olivas, and he used to work at this dental agency when he met us, and I met him down here in Algodones. He was going to another clinic to get all his teeth pulled, and I told him, hey man, do you want a second choice? And he said, no man, I'm good. And I said, all right. He got all his teeth pulled. He had implants done. And then they started having a lot of problems with that clinic. A lot of problems. And one day he's like, hey man, I have this patient, can you take a look at his x-rays? And I said, yeah, sure man, send it in. And then I said, oh my gosh, man, this patient, his bone was like the sand dunes. It was just like, it wasn't nice and straight. It was all over the place. It was an implant here, an implant there. And there was like forms of infection. And I said, oh my gosh, who did this? Tell this patient to come in. He goes, hey man, it's me. And he had almost all his teeth and he pulled all of them out. So he had to come down. And at that point, I can't save his teeth anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to pull almost all his implants out, redo the bone nice and straight, level the bone. And one of the implants, we couldn't touch it because it was literally on the nerve. And I gave, wow, you should have gone for that second choice. And he's like, bro, I wish I would have. But you got that second choice, and you actually went with it. Excellent. And I'm so happy you did.
I couldn't be any happier.
That's awesome. Like, I mean, it's. I knew you had a smile down with us, but I didn't know the backstory to it. That you wanted to pull all of them out. Did you ever go back to those dentists and show them your smile? That would have been awesome.
That's going to be next.
Yeah, just be like, hey,
Wait
remember the
until I
teeth you
come
wanted to
back.
pull? Here it is.
Bag.
Yes.
And they're like, where'd you get that done? Like, we've had a lot of patients that I always tell our patients, if you want to go get them checked, don't tell them you got them in Mexico. Because automatically they're going to be like, oh, not even looking at it. Just tell them you got it in California or whatever. And they go in, they're like, oh, where'd you get this done in California? Oh, they did a phenomenal job. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Where'd you get it done in Beverly Hills? So I got it done in Mexico. And they're like, like they already said it. You know, a lot of them still say, oh, that's amazing. But a lot of them, if you start with Mexico, they're like, I don't know. They don't look right. You haven't even checked them yet, you know? It's like they're programmed like some dentists are programmed like that. Like I said, there's good dentists everywhere. Mm-hmm. There's bad dentists everywhere. But the important thing is that they have someone's life. Like in your situation, mm-hmm. They had your life in their hands, and they could have said why they wanted to pull, but they didn't. They just pretty much told you, and she told you don't pull, mm-hmm. which we would have made a lot more money pulling. So I need to talk to you after this podcast. I'm just kidding. But no, that's what we like to do. We like to be transparent, and you guys become our biggest billboard. Like you're walking around, maybe a lot of people that you know, your family members, your friends, are gonna look at you, be like, "That looks awesome." How many compliments have you gotten?
I lost count.
Ooh, look at that!
And then on top of it, everybody in the whole city knows us. We know them by first name.
Wow.
You know, and they know us. So it's actually, like I said, it's like a home. Because everybody is very nice here. It's very safe here. You don't really need to worry about if something was going to happen or if something was going to be misdiagnosed. Nothing like that.
Let's talk a little bit about that. So you were here in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're here in 2025. Mm-hmm. Has anything changed here in Los Algodones, you believe, from 2021 to 2025, like 2022, I'm sorry, to 2025, when you cross, besides now the border being changed, mm-hmm. like, do you feel in more danger? Do you feel that now with the new president that we have in the United States, that it has changed any type of animosity or anything here in Mexico?
Nothing, no, not any changes. Everybody stayed their own individual and still pushed through and make sure that you were treated right.
Still trying to sell you Mexican knickknacks when you cross this. Yeah, there you go. Wallets, purses.
They say, would you like some Mexican gold?
Mexican Rolex. I heard Mexican Rolex. We had many phone calls from patients that are saying, hey, you know what? I'm scared of going down there because of the retaliation. I'm like, oh, I got no retaliation here. Or, you know, we heard that the cartels. Have you been kidnapped since you've been here? You and your husband? You guys sure?
Not at all.
Okay. You guys
He's
been
still
safe?
here. Is he still back there?
I believe, yeah, he's still there.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
They
didn't get him yet.
Not yet. And it's here's such a safe place. There's cartels in Mexico, yes, there is, but here in this area, it's really safe.
It's so quiet.
Like
it's quiet.
It's too quiet. At the most, people are gonna try to sell you like a purse, mm-hmm. Mexican gold, Mexican Rolex. Mm-hmm. People they want tourists to be here, and it's clinics like us that we want our patients when they come down to feel safe.
Absolutely.
That's why we invest so much in our technology. They invest so much in their own education, preparation. She could have just gone to Mexicali or Tijuana to go get some sort of training. She went all the way to Prague.
To vacation.
To vacation and to train. And our doctors go to Mykonos, Greece, to Singapore, different places. And we're always looking to bring on new technology. I remember I told Dulce a while back, I told her, hey, Dulce, show me a technology that you want to incorporate. Something that you're just like, we need this, you know, because all of our doctors, they do different. Some of our doctors do different things, and they specialize in different things. So I asked them, you know, what better than me to ask you, because I'm not gonna know. You know, I'm the business owner. You let me know, I'll make it happen, but make it sense to me how it's gonna make sense for our patients, right? She says, why don't we get like a sandblaster or whatever? And I was just like, how is that gonna make anything? And she's like, it'd be really cool. And
Yeah, I want it.
and I'm just like, oh my God, Jose. And then all of a sudden she told me about Prague. And I said, well, now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Okay, now we're talking. And she got it done, and that's awesome. And I know right now she's looking at some laser or something to remove veneers and stuff. But Dulce gets pretty expensive, I'm telling you right now. But that's what we're here for, to make the best option for you guys.
Well, that's also wonderful, too, is because you actually ask your employees or whatnot, what could you do? What is your specialty? You know, because everybody has their own individual one, and that's what she has. Whereas you might have a physician who basically does more of the reading of the X-rays or something like that, and
Right.
what we can purchase, and a nicer box or something. Everybody has their own unique goal and things that they want to change and make better.
Yeah. No, here, my wife and I, we're the owners of supremedental, but we're not dentists. So we rely on our dentists to tell us what's the best for our patients. I say, you take care of our patient's mouth and we'll take care of everything else. And at some point, because my wife and I started this 17 years ago when we were both 21, and people would say, how is it going to work? How are you guys not dentists and you own a dental clinic? And now, being the only clinic in Mexico with 10 international accreditations in their history, I mean, it just tells you that you play to your strengths. So, in their strength, their love is your mouth. And we want to make sure that you guys are well taken care of, and we have the best here working for you. And we interview a lot when we interview. And different dentists that are no longer with us, it's because there's a standard that we need to meet. And I want somebody that's very picky on your mouth. Somebody that really wants it to be perfect. Not just getting a sandblaster. I'm just kidding. No, she's really, really picky. Really, really
Yeah,
picky.
she knows.
She's really, really picky.
Does. When we came, remember the tooth that we were going to do the implant?
Yeah.
It had just like a itty bitty little crack in
Crack.
it. She said, nope, not doing it today. I have to send it back to the lab and get one that's perfect for you. I mean, how many people look?
Like a microfracture. You would have
Yes.
never seen it, perhaps,
I
if
would
she
never
wouldn't have
seen
mentioned it.
Yeah, I would have never seen it.
Yeah,
But those eyes saw it.
Yeah, that's the type of people that we love to have here for the same reason, because we know that even by doing things right, sometimes things still go wrong. But we got to do it right from the beginning. We got to be transparent, and we got to let you know. We've had patients here that wanted to pull their teeth just like you came in. We told them, no, there's another option, and they walk out. Okay, then I won't be able to help you. But this is what my doctor told me in the U.S. But I'm showing you why I can't. It's not the best option for you. I could do it, but it's not the best option. Well, I can't do it. She would do it, or another dentist. And they don't want to realize it. So then I can't help you. Like,
No
it's a
conscience.
dental business, a medical business. But when the business takes over the medical, it just becomes a business, and that's not where you want to be. But thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. This was an honor.
Thank you so much for being here. Before we leave, is there anything that you want to tell the patients that are out there that are in between of doing it, not doing it, perhaps just leaving it alone because it's very expensive back in the U.S.? Talk to them. That's your camera. That's all you.
Well, basically what I'd like to say is, first and foremost, give them a chance. Come down, come get your x-rays and everything like that. And then on top of it, there's several physicians that will look over your x-rays. And at that point, you'll go forward and like I said, bedside manner, front desk, all the way back to the labs, and I couldn't be happier. The people around this area, they're so respectful. They're very well knowledgeable, and we're like one of their friends too. But as far as Supreme Dental goes, you changed my life.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen.
You changed my life.
Good, you guys are gonna make me cry. George changed my life. I'm just kidding. In just quick question before we leave. Would you do it again?
Yes, and I will send family. I will send friends. Highly recommended. Every time I will go on to Instagram, and I'll show them when we walked around and the video we made, and I would say to them, I said, listen, this is what they're capable of, not what's out there, and within financially less. And I think most people would really listen to me because I'm an honest person. So I would definitely just keep referring here.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Dulce, thank you so much for being here
you.
also. This is what it's all about. People changing lives.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't understand the beauty of a smile until we have our smile back.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much for being here today, both of you. George.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, what's your name again? I'm sorry? Rick. Thank you so much for being here also. I know you guys are taking a vacation here in Yuma. I don't know why you would take a vacation here in Yuma. It's a true vacation because there's really nothing to do.
We wanted to see you guys
Oh, okay.
more.
Oh, there you go. Oh, we appreciate
See?
that. We
I want to
appreciate
see
that.
you guys more.
We appreciate that. Well, that's good. That's good. Well, thank you so much for being here again.
Thank you.
Here in Algodones, you become dental royalty. Everybody really knows you, like you said, and a lot of people have seen the videos, and a lot of patients have seen the smile, and they're like, oh, I want her smile.
Oh,
So-
that's a blessing. Oh, great. Because, see, then people would understand what kind of care they're going to get.
Well, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
thank you so much. And thank you so much for being here at Supreme Dental Podcast Studio. And just like Miss Tyndall, keep on smiling.
And if you don't know, now you know, you know, you know.
That's right.
And if you don't know, now you know, you know.